Hello, Murise Makadi. We welcome you back to Shona for All. In today's video, we are going to learn how to say the most common polite words and phrases in Shona. When you meet someone for the first time, you usually want to create a good first impression. And what better way to do that than to be polite? So, in this video, we're going to learn how to do that, how to greet someone, how to say sorry, excuse me, and phrases like that. So, if you're ready, let's begin. Kwaziwai or moroi. Kwaziwai or moroi means hello. Makadi henyu. Makadi henyu means how are you? And in our video, 6 ways to say how are you, we show you the 6 ways of how to say how are you in Shona, the variations to makadi henyu. Ndinokumbirawo. Please, may I have? Ndinokumbirawo. For example, if you're asking for water, you would say, Ndinokumbirawo mvura. May I please have some water? Ndinokumbirawo mvura. Ndinokumbirawo kubvunza. Please, may I ask? Ndinokumbirawo kubvunza. And how would someone respond? Bvunzai zvenyu. Yes, sure. Bvunzai zvenyu. Tisvikewo. May we approach? Tisvikewo. Tisvikewo is a word that is used before you approach someone's door, before you knock. You would say, Tisvikewo. And how would they respond? Svikai or svikai zvenyu, which means you may approach. Svikai zvenyu. Gogogoi or gogoi. Gogogoi or gogoi means knock knock. You would say this either when you are actually knocking or just before you approach someone's door. And how would they respond? There are 3 different ways in which they could respond you. Pindai, which means please come through. Ndiani, who is it? Or ndiri kuuya, which means I'm coming. So, depending on the situation, one could give you any one of those responses and you would act accordingly. Tigashire or titambire. Tigashire or titambire means welcome. And what would be the response to tigashire? Ehoi gashirai or ehoi tambirai. Pamsoroi. Excuse me. Pamsoroi is used in different settings to express politeness. Let me take you through different situations where you would use the word pamsoroi. 1. Before eating. Let's say someone has invited you for a meal. So before you start to dig into the meal, you would say pamsoroi. 2. Perhaps you are passing through a crowded place and you want to ask someone to give you passage of way. You would say pamsoroi. 3rd, before delivering a speech at a gathering, be it family gathering or formal gathering. Before you start speaking, you would say, Pamsoroi. The last example that I have is perhaps you're in a group settings and people are speaking and you want to ask for a chance to speak. Perhaps you'd raise your hand and ask the person who's chairing for your chance to speak. And you would raise your hand and say, Pamsoroi. And how would they respond? They have different responses, but the most common is a simple ehoi, which means okay. And when it comes to specific requests, like for example, asking to pass or before eating, they could respond like ehoi idyai zvenyu, which means yes, sure, you may eat. Ehoi furai zvenyu, which means yes, sure, you may pass. Or ehoi taurai zvenyu, which means yes, sure, you may speak. Maita basa taguta. Thank you for the food. Maita basa taguta. And what would be the response? Ehoi, which means okay. Ehoi. Mazvita maita basa. Mazvita or maita basa, meaning thank you. And how do people usually respond? The response is usually muchitendei. Literally translated, it's nothing. Muchitendei. Ndine hurombo. I'm sorry. Ndine hurombo. I'm sorry. Chisarai or musare zvakanaka. Chisarai or musare zvakanaka, meaning goodbye. On that note, we've come to the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel to support our work. And also remember to turn on your notification icon so that you don't miss any of our weekly videos. We hope to see you in the next video. So until then, it's a goodbye from me. Chisarai!